Alrighty guys, thanks for joining me. This is going to be my second video for the channel. This is going to be my video for the reveal of the starter deck. So I was able to obtain one of the starter decks early, and let me tell you, this thing is sweet. So we'll go ahead and start with just running through the deck, explaining everything. I'll kind of give you my views on what I think of the cards in the deck, and then be sure to pick up a couple of these when the game releases on July 28th. So for starters, we have the leader card. So this is the Super Saiyan God Son Goku leader card. Now, unlike the leaders that most of us received in the half decks, this one has a much sweeter opposite side to it. So that Goku is definitely going to be one that's going to see a lot of use out of it. Next, we have the Vegeta Prince of Battle. Now this deck comes with 2 copies of this card. This one is the special foil version that you get. I see him being a really big player in this game, especially with the early sets. Next up, we have a playset of God Rush Son Goku. This deck has a couple of evolutions for Goku that it comes with. This one I definitely like because this one clears out your opponent's field of their blockers to be able to get right in and swing. So I'm really glad they decided to give us 4 copies of that one instead of just 1 or 2. Next up, we have SS3 Son Goku Maximum Energy. So the deck gives us 2 of this guy. He is another one of the evolutions that they give us with for the Goku cards in the deck. Now this one's pretty sweet because he has an auto ability that when a card evolves into him, that he gains dual attack for the duration of the turn. Now that's on top of his double strike that he has. So him played in the right spot could really do some damage to your opponent and really make him scramble to find an answer. Next up, we have Rapid Spirit Ball Son Goku. This is the last evolution version that they gave us. And this one, when he comes into play, you can choose one of your energy and switch it back to active. So if you play him as an evolve, he only ends up costing you 1 energy to play him. Next up, we have the second regular copy of the Vegeta Prince of Speed that they gave us. After that, we have a playset of Kind Saiyan Son Goku. So this is the Goku you'll be trying to evolve off of for most of those bigger ones that we did. And this one lets you even search those guys because he lets you look at the top 7 cards of your deck, choose a blue Son Goku among them, and add him to your hand. So perfect way to search out that Rapid Spirit Ball, the SS3, or the God Rush. Next up, we have 2 copies of the Mighty Striker Son Gohan. All of you guys will recognize him from the half decks that most of us have received. We also get 3 copies of Son Goten, another one that you'll remember from those decks. After that, we get a playset of Assailant Vegeta. So he has critical. Now for those of you who haven't seen the critical ability yet, he's when he inflicts damage to your opponent's life, they place that many cards from their drop. They place that many cards in their drop area instead of their hand. So your opponent doesn't gain anything off of their life being lost with him. Next up, we get 3 copies of another card from the half decks as well. That is the 2-cost Trunks. After that, we get 4 copies of Bulma God Tempter. Now this one is pretty sweet. She has a similar effect to Goku, except for she just lets you, when she's played, she just lets you choose a Whis card with energy cost of 4 or lower from your deck and add her to your hand. And we'll see the Whis card that this deck comes with here in just a minute. Next up, we have Energy Boost Beerus. So this is another really sweet one that came out of the deck. Not only does he have double strike, but he also, when you play him, if you have 5 or more energy, he also lets you choose one of your opponent's battle cards and KO them, regardless of cost. Now, for the starter deck, here's the card that the Bulma will be worthwhile with, and that's going to be Whis the Resting Attendant. So, 4 cost for 10,000, but When you play him, you can add one card to your energy from the top of your deck. Great combo to be able to get rolling with that Beerus that's in there. Next up, we have a playset of Taunting Piccolo. He is another one of the blockers that we'll see. After that, we have a playset of Guardian North Kai. Going to remind people very similar to Human Shield Krillin from the half decks. And then we got a couple of new extra cards in the starter deck as well. We have Encouraging Presence Monica. And that one's a really nice one. Gives your leader double strike for the turn and lets you draw a card. And last but not least, we have a playset of Whis' Coercion. And this one is a counter for, it lets you negate the attack and then you choose up to one of your energy and switch it to active. So essentially it lets you play Whis' Coercion for free. So guys, that is the deck that you will be able to pick up starting July 28th, unless maybe you've picked one up from one of the people who went to Anime Expo, or if you ended up going the eBay route and getting one that way. Definitely look forward to seeing what all kind of decks people find to mod from this build. I like the way that this starter deck feels. It doesn't feel like decks you'd get from Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh! Or a lot of the other card games out there. This one feels like it could have a pretty balanced play base already and do really well just by doing a little bit of modification. Alright guys, thanks for checking out the video. Wait for my next one where I'm going to do live reveals of the boxes and specials that I will open at the release of the game. Look forward to seeing you guys soon.